We are pleased to be joined live by Bruce Arena, back for a second dip with the U.S. men's national team. Coach, number one, congratulations. And let's start with an interesting comment you made during the early presser. You said, 10 years later, I'm better prepared for this job. How so?
Well, I think so. I've had a lot of experiences at the club level now, and I've certainly had the opportunity to observe the national team over these past 10 years. And it's a different national team, and our fan base today is much more educated, much more passionate. And it's going to demand that they get a good product on the field, and it's going to be a challenge for our team. We need to play with energy, with passion, and we have to win games. And we have a fan base that will support this team, and we've got to deliver.
Bruce, congratulations first and foremost. You've come in for some criticism over the last year in terms of comments that you made regarding American soccer players and what you consider to be American soccer players who should be representing the U.S. men's national team. I want to give you an opportunity to clarify and or amend what you said. What type of player do you feel should be representing the U.S. on the men's national team? I
think any player that's eligible to play for the U.S. team we embrace. If they hold a U.S. passport, they're eligible to play. And we're going to look at players domestically out of Major League Soccer, and certainly players abroad, whether it's Mexico or in Europe. And we think all of these players are players that are eligible to play for our team, and we want them to. And I said earlier today in our press conference, probably one of my most favorite players on the national team was Ernie Stewart. And he's in a similar situation as the players today. We have no issues with that. And if I made those statements 3 years ago, I apologize, or they were misconstrued.
Let's move on then to the task at hand. Obviously, you have to staff up. I know that you are figuring that out here in the next week. Can you give us any type of inkling as to who you are identifying to be part of your staff going forward?
Well, I want to take about a week or so, but obviously coaches that I'm familiar with and are in Major League Soccer are certainly candidates to be on the coaching staff. And I'm going to have a conversation with U.S. Soccer over the next couple of days, and we'll make some decisions. But I think it's important to have a staff that I'm familiar with, I'm comfortable with, and I know can deliver the kind of energy we need to turn this program around. So I'm confident that we'll put a good staff together, and I'm sure it's going to be a number of people that I'm familiar with.
Coach, you mentioned MLS. What is the role of the league in your national team?
Well, I think the role of the league is the same as it is with any coach in a national team. You lean heavily on your domestic league. And we believe, and I believe personally, there are a number of players in Major League Soccer that can play well at the international level. And we're certainly going to find the right balance between our domestic players and our foreign-based players. But we need Major League Soccer to continue to grow. And I think my first time around in 1998 when I started, the growth of the pool for American players has grown tremendously, and I see no reason why we can't utilize that pool of players in the right fashion.
Next up for you is the January camp. How do you approach that, considering the circumstances you've been put in?
Well, I think it's important. There are a couple of players in Major League Soccer. Certainly it's a camp that's going to be dominated by domestic players, and that means Major League Soccer. And there's a number of players that I believe that we can look at and give an opportunity and see how they respond in camp and with the two friendlies we have. And then when March comes around, it's all business. We've got to put our best 11 players on the field and have a roster that can be successful in both of those games.
What do you think, Coach, the biggest challenges are right now? You've been watching this team now play and at times struggle. If you have to put your finger on it, what are some of the things that you want to address right away? I
think it's just important that we have an understanding of how we're going to play collectively. And our players come with energy each and every game, and we find the right balance in attacking and defending. You know, we have excellent goalkeepers. We have experienced midfield players. We have some young, exciting attacking players. We have to find the right chemistry, the right balance on the field, and go out and win. And I believe we will be an aggressive team and really get after it. And it's critical at our first game in March versus Honduras is a game that we win.
0 points through the first two games in the Hex. Have you done the math and come up with kind of a quote-unquote magic number that you want to hit that you feel will get you guys to qualification?
Well, everyone says 15 or 16 points. I don't know what the real number is. Things can change depending on results. But we can take care of our own business. And that starts with winning the first game on March 24th and then going on the road to Panama and getting the results. So I think in a short period of time, we can close the gap from first to last and hopefully position ourselves to qualify for Russia in 2018.